Oh, hi there! It's hard to grasp just how influential music videos have been on pop culture. And in the chaos of the MTV era through the 80s and 90s, the rise of MTV alternatives like Fuse, and the advent of YouTube, where music videos are some of the platform's most viewed content, there have been many music videos that have slipped through the cracks. Whether they were left unreleased to make way for a more profitable songs video, or just a distant memory of die-hard fans, some of the most popular acts in the world have music videos that we may never see. So let's talk about them, and maybe I'll even throw in some that were found too. Here are 10 or more lost music videos.
Yeah, my girlfriend takes me home and I'm too drunk to drive.
In 1997, Blink-182 dropped their second studio album, Dude Ranch. And while not exactly their breakout album, that would be their next album, Enema of the State, that got a huge boost in quality with the addition of drummer Travis Barker. But Dude Ranch did contain their breakout single, Damn It, whose music video enjoyed heavy rotation on MTV, leading the band to make a video for their next single, Josie. The video stars Blink-182, Mark Hoppus, Tom DeLonge, and Scott Raynor, all in high school. Mark is obsessed with a girl at school, played by Alyssa Milano, as he tries and fails to get her attention. The video has that classic Blink-182 irreverence and charm, but it was originally envisioned to be much different. This initial idea was directed by Jason Matzner. The vision was for the band to be playing on a sinking cruise ship. They'd be playing in real time while the chaos of the sinking ship would be in slow motion, starting with the passengers panicking, escalating to sparks, and eventually collapsing structures around them. The ship would sink into the ocean as Mark sings the line, "Everything's gonna be fine." This proposed video would cost millions, and the label was not willing to shell out that kind of money for a still unproven act. So the band and director compromised on moving the setting to a flooding basement, caused by a guitar breaking a pipe while the band plays. In a 2000 interview with Mark Hoppus, he talked about making this video. Filming the first Josie video was awful. We had to bring old equipment that we were willing to ruin. The band described the water as shockingly cold, and on top of all that, Tom DeLonge cut his head open on a piece of debris floating in the water. After seeing the first cut of the video, they disliked it so much they immediately scrapped it, fired the director, and hired the same guy who made their last video, Darren Doan, and shot another video, which became the version that was officially released. On April 18th, 2011, a 40-second clip of the video was posted to the Vimeo account of director Jason Matzner. In the comments, Jason says he might have the master tape for the video and will post it during the holiday 2011 season. But in the decade plus since, he's gone silent on the original music video for Josie.
You can hate me now, QB, but I won't stop now.
East Coast rapper Nas has one of the greatest debut albums of all time, 1994's Illmatic. And he didn't stop there, following it up with 2 #1 albums in the 90s alone, a feat that his 1999 album, I Am, achieved despite the unfinished album being one of the first major releases to be leaked online, resulting in Nas writing a new batch of songs for the album. The second single off I Am was the track Hate Me Now, featuring Sean Combs, also known as Puffy, P. Diddy, and as of 2022 going by the name Love. Okay. I think he nailed it perfectly with P. Diddy, but at the time Hate Me Now came out, he was going by Puff Daddy, so that's what I'll refer to him as. The video for Hate Me Now was directed by Hype Williams and proved to be extremely controversial. The middle of the video is pretty standard fare, showing Nas and Puff Daddy rapping in the streets and in a club. But the video was bookended with Nas appearing as Jesus, carrying the cross and being crucified. But the video originally featured both Nas and Puff Daddy being crucified. After filming Wrapped, Puff Daddy had second thoughts about the video and spoke to his priest, who led him to decide that he wanted his crucifixion scenes cut from the video. Everyone involved agreed. But when the video was sent to MTV and played on Total Request Live on April 15th, 1999, they accidentally sent the original, uncut version. Puff Daddy was furious. Within minutes of the video airing, he burst into the office of Nas's manager, Steve Stote, broke a bottle of champagne over his head, and stole the master tape for the video. 2 images would leak from this music video, proving that it was real, but no one came forward with a recording of the TRL airing. But finally, someone came forward with a recording. On November 11th, 2022, the video was uploaded to the Patreon account of YouTuber Hip Hop VCP. And the video is just covered in ads for his merch, which is just so brazen I almost have to respect it. Anyways, this video is sponsored by Manta Sleep. Manta sent me one of their sleep masks and it is incredible. As long as I can remember, I've had trouble going to sleep. And even though the issue isn't completely solved, the Manta sleep mask is a major step in the right direction. I've tried other sleep masks before, but they were just too uncomfortable and didn't block out enough light. Manta is different. Their masks are light, breathable. They have these comfy eye cups, and all models are either 100% blackout or near blackout. They sent me their sound mask that has these impossibly thin Bluetooth speakers built in, so you can listen to music while you sleep. It has been magical. These night-night goggles get a 10 out of 10 from me. So click the link in the description and use code ALLTHINGSLOST to get 10% off your own Manta sleep mask and other night-night accessories. You won't be disappointed. David Bowie is one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century, and throughout his career marked by constantly reinventing himself, Bowie created many iconic characters and personas. For his 1999 single, The Pretty Things Are Going to Hell, from his album Hours, Bowie set out to pay homage to some of his classic characters. In the song's music video, directed by the duo Dom and Nick, Bowie meets 4 life-size mannequin versions of himself, based on 4 of his personas: the man who sold the world, Ziggy Stardust, the Thin White Duke, and Pierrot. To create the mannequins, Bowie hired Jim Henson's Creature Shop at the cost of 28,000 euros. In an October 2000 interview with Yahoo, Bowie spoke on the video for Pretty Things Are Going to Hell and why it went unreleased. It was abandoned after we found that the puppets ended up looking like puppets. What I mean is they didn't have the East European darkness that Dom and Nick wanted to achieve. Some of it is downright funny, and I'm sure it will make its way onto a video compilation one of these days, to be a source of endless amusement to you all, and another form of Chinese torture for myself. We've been able to recover various stills from some of the puppeteers who worked on the video, along with a few brief clips, and even a photo of Bowie posing with the mannequins. Years later, he would find a way to make use of the Thin White Duke and Pierrot puppets in the music video for the remix of Lost is Lost, marking the first official appearance of the puppets. But the other 2, The Man Who Sold the World and Ziggy Stardust, never got their official debut. Lady Gaga has some of the most viewed music videos of all time, holding 3 videos with over 1 billion views. Bad Romance was even the single most viewed video on the entire platform for a few months. Her videos are known for their high production value with striking and sometimes shocking imagery. So with the release of her 3rd studio album, Art Pop, in 2013, fans were eager to see what she would come up with. The lead single off the album, Applause, was a hit, and its video did not disappoint. She soon announced the 2nd single, Do What You Want, featuring R&B singer R. Kelly. The 2 of them performed the song around the world, including a controversial performance on Saturday Night Live, and shot a music video for the song, planning for a December 2013 release. Lady Gaga embraced the controversy. After the SNL performance, she tweeted, "Many interviewers quipped today about my shocking performance with R. Kelly on SNL. I'm beginning to think y'all aren't ready for the video." Despite Gaga hyping it up, December came and went with no video and no explanation why. In early 2014, she released a 12-minute video for her album's 3rd single, Guy. She would say the other video was delayed because she wasn't given enough time to work on it. Just a week of pre-production and a week of filming. But TMZ would report that the video was scrapped because its director, Terry Richardson, was accused of harassing coworkers. And she didn't want to be associated with anyone like that unless they were really famous. TMZ also reported that she was worried about the backlash of being associated with R. Kelly. Man, a little late for that. He's on the album, he performed the song with him around the world, and on live TV, but she drew the line at appearing in a music video with him. In this same TMZ report, they would show 30 seconds of the cancelled music video. The video starts with R. Kelly as a doctor examining his patient, played by Lady Gaga. She starts to moan while Kelly says that that's the medicine kicking in. A party starts in the operating room as nurses puppet Lady Gaga's unconscious body. The clip is interspersed with Gaga dancing in a room covered in newspaper headlines, all about her while a photographer takes pictures of her, played by the video's director, Terry Richardson. They also showed a clip of Gaga lifting weights, nurses eating sushi off her wearing a plaid skirt and glasses, and a shot of her vomiting. Years later, after the release of the documentary, Surviving R. Kelly, Lady Gaga removed the song from streaming, making an official release of Do What You Want very unlikely. In 2004, after a full decade of making her ex-boyfriend and bandmate play songs about their breakup, Gwen Stefani left the band, no doubt, to pursue a solo career, releasing her debut album, Love Angel Music Baby. The album had 6 singles, but there was meant to be a 7th off the album, the track Serious, that even had a completely finished music video. The track was popular among fans and critics, comparing it to the early works of Madonna, producing an 80s throwback music video to match. Stefani gave no reason for why the video was never released, but on October 14, 2006, in the early days of YouTube, the channel No Doubter Chris uploaded a low-quality, 1-minute clip of the video. After the leak, Gwen did talk about it a little bit more, but she was still very tight-lipped about the project. Neither she, the record label, director, or anyone involved has ever given a reason for the video going unreleased. From the clip that we do have, we can see Gwen and her dance group in various outfits in different locations, referencing 80s music videos.
This is the sequel, Moscow. That's where I came from until he's fully charged. Your favorite rapper.
On December 2nd, 2011, rapper and singer Nicki Minaj released the track Roman in Moscow as a teaser for her upcoming album, Pink Friday, Roman Reloaded. To further promote the album, a music video was made for the song, directed by our returning guest, Hype Williams. The video was announced on December 18th, 2011. Nicki would describe the plot, centering around her evil persona, Roman. He was there in Moscow secretly, because Martha wanted him to go there. So they put him in this thing with monks and nuns. They were trying to rehabilitate him, but I can't tell exactly what happened. You'll just have to see it in the video format, but let's just say he did get out of there. And this blurb is just about all we have on this video. Nicki would later say that she doesn't really like the song, and honestly, I was pretty confused researching this entry. Roman in Moscow was meant to promote her upcoming album, but the song isn't included on the album, so that could explain why the video was never released. And just a few years back in 2020, Nicki talked about showing off the video, but nothing ever came of it. After Alicia Keys collaborated with Jay-Z on Empire State of Mind, she wanted to keep that money machine printing, and in 2010 dropped a duet with Beyonce, Put It in a Love Song. The two planned to shoot a video in Egypt, but Beyonce was on tour in Brazil, so Alicia Keys decided to meet her in Rio de Janeiro, and they shot the video on February 9th, 2010, alongside 80 members of the Grande Rio Samba School. And not too long after, in April 2010, Alicia Keys anticipated a summer release for the music video. But after nearly a year with no word on it, in March 2011, a preview of the video found its way online. But in response, a representative of Alicia Keys would say, "Presently, there are no plans to release the video." Again, we'd have to wait another year for Keys to speak on the video. She spoke with Essence magazine saying, "Sometimes with creative things, it all comes together. And sometimes things almost come together, and it's just better to leave it. So we love that song. We had a ball shooting the video, it just so happened that the whole thing, for some reason or another, didn't quite come together, so we just decided to leave it." And that's what happened. And then 8 years after that, in 2020, Keys told Stereo Gum that she was trying to find the video so she could release it as a treat to fans. But that never happened, leading to the conclusion that this one just might be permanently lost. So far, all the videos on this list have simply gone unreleased, so we can assume that someone somewhere might have them if they haven't been erased or deleted. But in the case of the music videos by the anime band Pink Crows, these music videos did air in the 80s, but haven't been heard from since. The Pink Crows were an animated side project of the Japanese rock duo Nobody, consisting of Yukio Azawa and Toshio Kihara. The lore is that they're a pop group of aliens who came down to Earth from faraway stars called Pop Gear, and they just happen to look like Earth crows. They'd been sending messages to Earth for a long time, but eventually humans discovered the signals and made contact. The band landed on Earth and immediately played a concert. They have Jojo on guitar, Rupo on bass, Jijo on keyboard, and Lyndon on drums. The music was described as sounding so much like the Beatles, but with an ultra-modern arrangement. I guess this is what ultra-modern sounded like in the mid-80s. The Pink Crows were very short-lived. Their entire discography consists of 3 singles, all released in 1985, each with an A-side and a B-side, for a total of 6 songs, never to be heard from again. One of the singles, Suddenly Want You, became the theme song for the anime Showa Ahoyoshi Akanuke Ichiban. It's believed that the 2 other singles, Here Come the Pink Crows and She Is Pinkish, got their own animated music videos. Very little is known about these videos. Almost everything we do know comes from a handful of issues of the Japanese magazine My Anime from 1985. They tell us that the animation company Sunrise seems to have been involved with the videos, that they were directed by Takaji Yamana and aired in Japan on the music program Music Tomato. Outside of these write-ups in My Anime magazine, the existence of these music videos are seemingly confirmed across a few Japanese social media posts of folks recalling the videos and their failure to find them online. And to make things even more complicated, both the magazine and those who remember the videos only ever mention the video for Pinkish by name, making it unclear if there was ever a video made for Here Come the Pink Crows. One of the 1985 editions of My Anime magazine gives a brief description of Pinkish. The Pink Crows music video is complete. This, unlike their debut concert, allows the fans to see footage of their home planet, footage that the band members shot themselves. With the background scenery of the planet AE-35 Pop Gear, we see them playing the game Hide and Go Human, whatever that means. This article implies that maybe the music video for Here Come the Pink Crows was kind of their origin story, playing their first concert on Earth, but that's just speculation based on the translation. Through these publications, we have promotional photos of the band, a few short mangas, and a few stills that I believe were taken directly from these now lost music videos. Mariah Carey was on an absolute tear in the 90s, dropping 7 albums that decade, 4 of which went number 1, 2 were certified diamond, and 1 includes the greatest Christmas song of all time. I don't care what any of y'all say. But contained within both of her diamond releases are 2 songs with unreleased, lost music videos. In '93, Mariah released what would be her first diamond record, Music Box, featuring the track Anytime You Need a Friend, that would go on to get 2 music videos, one for the official song and another for the remix. Both videos were shot by Danielle Federici, showing Mariah singing in black and white with a gospel choir. Both videos are notable in Mariah's career, marking her first image makeover, including straightening her classic curly hair for the first time. But unbeknownst to anyone outside of die-hard Mariah Carey fans, there was a 3rd video shot for Anytime You Need a Friend, and its existence wasn't confirmed for over 25 years, until out of nowhere in March 2020, Entertainment Tonight aired previously unseen behind-the-scenes footage of the lost version of Anytime You Need a Friend. This version was directed by Diane Martel, making use of a medieval concept, much more complex than the simple video we got. Based on the footage that Entertainment Tonight showed, Mariah was not happy with the video, noting in particular that her hair looked terrible. This probably wasn't the only reason the video was scrapped, but whatever the reason, director Diane Martel was fired, leaving us with the cut directed by Danielle Federici. And even though we got our hands on this behind-the-scenes footage, we still don't have the full video. But her next lost video had a better fate. Just 2 years after the release of Music Box, Carey would drop her next diamond album, Daydream, in 1995. The album spawned 6 singles, all of which got their own music videos, with the exception of the final single, Underneath the Stars. But years later, we would find out that there was a video for the song. On Twitter in February 2012, Carey said, "I actually shot a video for Underneath the Stars in France and England that never got released, and I don't know where it is." It was assumed that Columbia, Mariah Carey's former label, had the video, but since she left the label in 1999, they were pretty salty about releasing any of her music that they owned. But she was able to come across a copy of the video, finally posting it online in November 2020.
Along comes a spider.
It's hard to express just how underrated Ronnie James Dio is as a musician. He sang with the band Rainbow before leaving to replace Ozzy Osbourne as the frontman of Black Sabbath, where he popularized the use of devil horns in metal culture, and he would go on to form his own band that gave us bangers like Holy Diver and Rainbow in the Dark. And because his contributions to music are so often overshadowed by his contemporaries, it's believed that some of his music videos went unpreserved. His band Dio released 7 music videos that received decent rotation on MTV. These 7 have been well documented, but fans of the band remember more. A popular example is the 2002 song Along Comes a Spider, that fans remember having a music video. There are 2 accounts passed around fan sites. Some remember the video taking place in a little girl's bedroom at night. Dio is singing in the room, unobservant of the child. It then cuts to a spider climbing down the wall to the little girl's bed. More spiders start to climb down the walls before the girl wakes up, terrified. Others recall the video showing Dio and the band exploring a sewer, encountering tarantulas. This first version that fans remember is fairly similar to the video for the song I Could Have Been a Dreamer, so they might just be misremembering that song's video. Another potential lost video comes from the song Institutional Man from the 1996 album Angry Machines. Some remember a video of the band playing atop a giant robot, like the one on the album's cover. Though these videos could just be wishful thinking from fans who miss the iconic singer, they are definitely worth further investigation. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if there are any other lost music videos you want me to cover in the future. And shout out to all my Patreon supporters. This is Mike with All Things Lost. See you soon.